Today I had an FZ2 Hyper Fuzz in for repair. 18 volts was applied to it, which is not supposed to happen. It's supposed to be the 9 volts DC that you use with the BOSS pedals, but this was accidentally powered with 18 volts. So now it's here. So what was happening was the LED was coming on and off, but the output was non-existent. There was no dry output, there was no fuzz, there was nothing. It was just on, off. So that told me that, okay, the switching circuit is working, but nothing else is working. So that's a key piece of information. Now, usually what happens with like when the wrong power supply is applied to these things, a lot of times it's the reverse polarity protection diode that burns out. To me, I was a little skeptical of that being the only issue at the beginning, only because it was switching on and off. But thoughts aside, I opened it up, and sure enough, the reverse polarity protection diode was burnt. It was burnt in half, actually. And so I replaced it. It's this component down here. Now, I don't think you could see it from all the way up there, but I will, here, we can go a little closer and put this in focus a little better. So here you go. So there's your component right there. This is the reverse polarity protection diode. So additionally, while I had this opened up, I saw a 47 microfarad cap that was a little bulging. It was bulgy a little bit. So these are rated for 16 volts, so it didn't surprise me that this was bulging. I replaced that, but still, the problem was there. So I figured, okay, what's happening here? Because this must be something a little different going on with this Boss pedal. So I went online and I found a schematic drawn by HemOP, and I found it on freestompboxes.org. So thank you, HemOP. Um, if we look at the power circuit, which is right here in this area, okay, we have the input voltage coming in, and this is the diode that I replaced, D7, so that's okay now. And this is the capacitor that I replaced, which is the 47 microfarad capacitor. So something else was going on. This resistor was fine. So to me, it must be this Q11 that's giving us problems. And this kind of makes sense because here, before the Q11 on the collector here, we have a power output going to the flip-flop circuit. And this kind of explains what is happening, right? We still have an input voltage coming in, but the only thing that was working was the flip-flop, was the switching circuit. The flip-flop circuit is the switching circuit. So to me, there was only a problem with this Q11. Now, if we go over, and MOP gave us a really good breakdown of what all the components are. We have Q11 over here, and Q11 is a 2SC2458 transistor. And so I was able to find that transistor, which was here, and it's just a normal, NPN transistor. Now the only transistor that I had on hand that was similar to this was a BC529. But this had legs that were collector, which is 1, base, which is 2, and emitter, which is 3. You can see that down here. And so we had a collector base emitter, but I needed to replace an emitter collector base transistor. So what I did was I just sort of bent the leads on this transistor here in such a way where it would match the footprint of this. So I kept the emitter where it was, which was 3, but I basically bent these two additional leads over here, the 1 and 2 collector and the base here. I bent those in a way where one would come out on this side where 2 is, and 2 would come out on the side where 1 is. And that worked. That worked just fine. And I was able to essentially replace that transistor with a BC529C NPN silicon transistor. And therefore, I was able to repair this pedal by replacing D7, the 47 microfarad capacitor, and the Q11 transistor. But you can see where it says Q11 back there. And all I did was I just rearranged the leads to fit the footprint. So that's it. That's the video. So this thing is back up and running. And thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe for more guitar pedal electronics repair modification videos.